Sometimes letting go of something is so difficult because we don't know what is coming next. There's moments in life when the old thing is starting to go, but the new thing hasn't arrived yet, and we feel like we're hanging in midair in between. Today's practice is to become a little bit more comfortable with that space between what was and what is coming next. Good morning. I'm Sandy. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, fill your lungs fully and completely, and then exhale, relax as you let it go. Notice the tiny pause after the exhale before the next breath naturally arrives. It's human nature to want certainty before you're willing to let go of something. We want to know that the next job is there before leaving the old one. We want to know the outcome before having the conversation, or maybe we want to know what the next chapter is going to be like before closing the old one. Life doesn't always offer that kind of guarantee, and sometimes there is an in-between period where there's nothing obvious to hold on to. Compare this to a trapeze artist who must completely let go of one bar and wait in midair before the next bar arrives. If the trapeze artist clings to the old bar too long, or they reach too early for the next one, the timing is completely lost. The practice is release, trust, and readiness. Letting go often feels vulnerable because there's a moment when we're no longer supported by what we knew, but yet we're still not being supported by what comes next. So that space can feel empty, but it's not necessarily wrong or dangerous. It simply might be the natural space between one movement and another. So non-clinging or non-attachment asks us not to hang on to the old simply because the new hasn't appeared yet. Sometimes growth requires us to let go first and trust that the next thing will come in its own time. So imagine, as an example, leaving a role before the next one is clear. You know, a job, a commitment, a class, or a responsibility that no longer fits, but you keep it because you don't yet know what is going to replace it. Hanging in midair means allowing the ending to be real without immediately forcing a new identity or plan into place. Another example, consider waiting after making a decision. So maybe you have something that has come up that you need to address and it's important to you. You send the email, you apply for the opportunity, you set a boundary, or you make the appointment, or you say what needs to be said. Then there's nothing more to do about it after that. But the urge is to keep checking, fixing, explaining, or controlling. The practice is to let the action stand and tolerate the space before the response arrives. So ask yourself, where am I holding on to something that is already finished because I'm afraid of the empty space that comes before the next thing? Consider whether you're holding on to an old role, relationship, habit, or expectation just because the next step is not yet certain. Remember, uncertainty doesn't automatically mean that you've made the wrong choice. Sometimes uncertainty is just part of the process. So today's action is this. Notice one place where you feel compelled to force an answer, control an outcome, or reach ahead because waiting feels uncomfortable. Instead of immediately acting, pause and feel the discomfort. Be with the discomfort without trying to eliminate it. Ask yourself, is there truly something that I need to do right now? Or am I reaching because I'm afraid to be in the space in between? Practice trusting timing rather than manufacturing certainty. Take another slow, deep breath in. Fill your lungs. Relax as you exhale and follow me through today's intention. Today, I practice trusting the space in between. I release what is complete without demanding to know immediately what comes next. I allow myself to be suspended for a moment without rushing to grasp for the certainty. I trust that the next step can arrive in its own timing, and I remain open, present, and ready to receive it. Remember, you might not get to choose everything this day brings your way, but you can choose how you meet it. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today, and until tomorrow, be well and meet your day with purpose. Namaste.